Our entrepreneurial matchmaking continues on Dream Funders. We've been listening to Denise Taylor telling her story of how losing a daughter to leukemia has inspired her to change the way we celebrate life after it's gone.
And we were going to be grateful and joyful that we got to be a part of hers.
Could this positive way of thinking be the future of the $20 billion a year funeral industry? Let's see what our investors think.
That's what I'm saying.
It wouldn't be the funeral home.
Oh,
It
no.
wouldn't be when the caskets and...
No.
Okay, and this is after the burial?
Well, I think most of my clientele are probably going to prefer to be cremated or have a graveside service that does not have the vibe that the funerals, if they wanted to have that, they could obviously do both. And they could do that first and then just have the uplifting celebration shortly after. But I would like to either acquire property later to where I know how to flip that venue and create the theme. So if it's a golf course or a travel encounter or anything like that, I would know how to do it. I see that I could franchise it down the road after I've got all these kinks worked out. There is a digital service I want to figure out how to create too, so it makes it very easy for me and my clients to plug those pictures in, have them in a file that's different than the cloud, and I think license that and sell that to funeral homes later, because whether the customer is a fit for the funeral home or a fit for the parting gift, all of us would benefit from having some place that we could store this ahead of time instead of trying to gather it all up in a very short amount of time.
Tell us a little bit about your business plan. Is it something that you've written? Do you have different levels of options that people can purchase? Tell me how far along you are with that.
So I know that the initial option, if they wanted to just take it and run, was that we would create the plan and they would have the idea of the theme that they wanted, the venue, and maybe start the collection of their pictures, and that would be their initial investment. If they want to take that and let family know, or they want to take that on and find somebody else to do that, they can. If they want me to stay in a relationship with them and me be the one that executes that party plan when the time comes, there would be the annual retainer or membership, and that would give them access to that digital service that I want to create. Me checking in with them to make sure that they've actually plugged pictures in at least once during the year, or video clips. And then the third phase would be for me to do the event. And that would be the largest.
Sure. What are your price points? What do you imagine the price being?
Well, in the research, that's what I don't want to create too low of a consultation phase. It's really, I think, a higher price point than I know personally myself. That's why I'm looking for a partner that maybe speaks a different language than I do business-wise or monetarily, because I'm the passion, the energy, and the creator of it, where I don't want to price it too low.
Who's interested?
My only challenge is, it sounds like you're an amazing event planner and you are super inspirational. I don't know how you can bottle that and then franchise that across the country, because each one of these is such a unique
Well, that's long-term.
experience.
That's a long-term plan, just where I see the investment and the revenue growing at a later point. I'm not like eyes on that as a target right now.
Yeah, that just seems to me the challenge. Like, how do you create a national event planning? I don't think that exists for a reason, because like in your hometown, your friends would most likely all do this, okay? And then you're not gonna have time to do the next town over. Then you gotta find somebody equally charismatic as you. That might be hard. And then I was thinking, well, maybe there's like my kids play on the iMovie, and there's those like movie trailers that you can make, and I have 7-year-old kids, and they're making little movie trailers, right?
Yeah.
So, but 10 years from now, there might be totally different technology. We might not even be using the same kind of format.
Sure.
So then all of a sudden, this stuff needs to be 20 years ago, you would have been on VHS or beta, and now you're on high def, and then we don't know what the formats are going to be, and then there's the cost.
And the surprise will be how this unfolds as we go down the road, as far as
Funders love surprises.
Well,
Like hospice, there's a lot of
I'm just saying I'll
companies.
morph with it, just like I have with this surprise. Like, I didn't see this a year ago either, but I'm totally ramped and committing my life to building it out.
I think it's a great business, and God bless you for doing this. This is really pretty neat. It's the issue that Gil brought up about scalability. Can you scale this? Can you really make it a bigger business? And I don't know. We need a lot more of you.
I love what you're doing, and I would really love more. I think that really getting a clear written business plan and focus is going to really help you. And I know that I had a surprise happen to my family last year. The last thing I was thinking about was a party. But I think if you could get to places where families want to celebrate, and instead of coming to you, they're getting information from hospice or maybe the hospitals or from the funeral home, where it can be more of a celebration. I mean, the last thing on that person's life who hasn't planned, or their mind that hasn't planned, isn't something maybe as exciting. So I think you've got so much opportunity to help so many people celebrate life. I'd love to help you with your business plan. If I could be a resource to help you with your niche, I'd love to do that.
Oh, please.
I'm excited for you.
That.
Great job.
Thank you so much.
I think Amy did an excellent job of outlining some of your needs, but I mean, I would be interested in purchasing the service when you eventually come to market. And our firm does some estate planning type work, so it could tie into that, or I mean anything relating to future planning. I mean it's why not celebrate? I think having a party, you said a parting gift, but having a party to celebrate life is certainly a great thing to do. So
Sure, thank you.
sounds like fun.
It sounds like you're going to have a follow-up meeting with Amy.
It's a step forward. I'm appreciative. Absolutely.
And we've got a lot of viewers, so who knows? That partner might come in.
I
I'll be praying
trust
with
it
you that
will.
you find that
I
partner.
trust it will. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you, Denise.
Very good.
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Great job.
What will our U of L College of Business coaches have to say about that? Let's find out.
Well, Van, death is a very difficult subject to talk about, even though it's inevitable for all of us. I think she's got a passion for what she's trying to do. I think it's a noble thing. I think it's based on a problem that she experienced in her own life with her daughter. But from a business perspective, I think there are some questions. For example, what she's offering is a very personalized service, which means that it may not be scalable. So I question, how big could this business actually grow?
I'm with you, Suzanne. I have some questions that I would like to have answered as a potential investor. How will she create partnerships with funeral directors, or will they be her competition? Is there any way that she can protect her concept? Because this could be something that would be relatively easy to copy. She mentioned franchising as perhaps a way to expand. I think she would benefit from learning much more about what franchising entails, but I certainly do wish her the best in her future endeavors.
Right, she's got a lot of business aspects that she still needs to deal with, but I wish her luck too.
So we just heard Denise pitch, and I'm eager to hear what you thought about that. How did it go?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting with Amy and working on that business plan. It's been a great week getting ready for this, so I'm super excited and grateful.
Well, very good. You have such an inspiring story, and I'm so happy that you were able to come on television and share it with us.
Oh, I really appreciate it, Melissa. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Up next, the game of golf, reinvented so anyone can play it just about anywhere.
I've designed and made over 50, 60 different products, so I am a designer, developer of golf products.
Meet the local golf pro behind Tic Tac Putt and see if any of our investors are ready to get into the game when Dream Funders returns.